Have you ever wondered why the island of Ireland is split between the Republic of Ireland and the United Kingdom? Well, in this video I'm going to explain why, as well as how this border became an international paradox in 2016. 6 of Ireland's 32 counties are part of the United Kingdom, and the reason for this dates back almost a millennium. In the 12th century, the Normans, then the rulers of England, launched an invasion of Ireland. This marked the beginning of over 700 years of British rule in Ireland, although this power waxed and waned over the centuries. Beginning in the 16th century, settlers from Great Britain would move to Ireland, specifically the northeastern part of the island known as Ulster. The British did this by passing the penal laws, which among other things made it illegal for Catholics to own land in Ireland, and of course the majority of Ireland's population was Catholic, and this allowed the British to seize land from them. Before the penal laws, a majority of land in Ireland was owned by local Catholics, shown here in green. But by the end of the penal laws, and later on towards the end of the 1700s, less than 5% of land on the island was actually owned by local Catholics. In 1800, Ireland was officially brought into the United Kingdom, making it officially the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. However, this did not change the fact that the Irish were second-class citizens, and they did not give back the land that they had taken from them during the penal era. The full effect of the British land grabs were felt in the 1840s when Ireland suffered the Great Famine, often called the Great Potato Famine. Over this 4-year famine, over 1 million Irish lost their lives, with another million immigrating to a foreign country, mostly the United States. However, during this time, the island actually produced much more food than it actually needed to sustain itself, and the reason that it wasn't allowed to eat that food, the land that this food was grown on was still owned by the wealthy British, who either brought that food to England or sold it off to another country like the United States for a profit, meaning that Ireland starved because the British didn't allow them to eat the food grown on their own soil. After centuries without home rule, the Irish fought a war of independence beginning in 1919, ending in 1921, resulting in the independent nation of the Republic of Ireland. However, the MPs of 6 counties in Northern Ireland elected to stay within the United Kingdom. These counties were all notably part of the Ulster Plantation, which had been settled by the British centuries earlier. This new border, though, was still disputed, and for the majority of the 1900s saw a great deal of conflict, known as the Troubles, which ended in 1998 with the Good Friday Agreement, which among other things declared that there could never be a hard border or immigration or customs checkpoints between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Because at the time both of these countries were part of the European Union, this wasn't an issue. However, in 2016, the UK voted to leave the EU. This meant that a hard border was necessary between Ireland and the non-EU UK, but that would violate the Good Friday Agreement, so how does the UK solve this paradox? This paradox has at least for the time being been solved, although the UK solution is a bit goofy. The UK has bizarrely chosen to make the EU customs border between Northern Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom. This is functionally the same thing as the United States making borders and immigration checkpoints at the Missouri border. In the next episode, I'm going to explain how Kansas is in fact not flatter than a pancake. So follow if you'd like to see that. Thanks for watching.